Hello everyone, and welcome to Forms Part 6. In this video, you will learn how to assign behaviors to dynamic design elements in the Form Builder. Examples of these elements that can have behaviors are radio buttons, text boxes, checkboxes, and more. For our example, Joe wants to customize his form further by adding behavior to his radio buttons. The example behavior I will be demonstrating is the option to have a radio button selection make a text box mandatory for grading purposes. Here we are in the Mint Web Assistant. We're going to head over to Forms and open our form from last time. Now, it's common to grade a student with a 4 or a 5, which is passing, on our grade scale of 1 to 5. To ensure the instructor didn't accidentally give a student a failing grade, we're going to add a behavior that requires the instructor to comment on the measured item when the score is less than 4. So the first thing we're going to do is make this window a little bigger. And then we're going to go over here to Elements and drag a text box right next to our pushback measured item. First, we're going to delete the text, and then select our first radio button, number 3. We'll head over here and click Behaviors, and then create a new behavior. Now up here at the top, we have our source component, which is radio button number 3. And then down here at the bottom, we have our target components, which are all the elements that show up in the current form. So what we're going to do is select the radio button. So when radio button 3, which corresponds with the grade scale item 3, is selected, we want text box 1 to be mandatory. Then we're going to press OK. Then we'll go to number 2 and do the same thing. When radio button 2 is selected, text box 1 is mandatory. When radio button 1 is selected, text box 1 is mandatory. Now, when signing off on this form, our instructor will not be able to complete the sign-off until they have filled out this text box if they selected 1, 2, or 3. So the next thing we're going to do is create a little reminder so they don't actually push sign off before filling out this text box. So what we're going to do is grab a label, place it here, and we will name this label, "Please enter remarks." And now to make this stand out, we're going to go down here to the font, and we'll make the font red and bold. Now we're going to make this label invisible, and then select 3 and create another behavior. So when 3 is selected, we want label 13 to be visible. And when 2 is selected, we want label 13 to be visible. When 1 is selected, we want label 13 to be visible. Now that we're happy with our grading sheet and our behaviors, we're going to press OK to save it in the system. Now we're going to head over to the web portal and see how our behaviors play out in the sign-off process. We're going to log in. We're going to select our form. We're going to select a resource and open the form. And now let's select a 2 for the pushback. And now we see that it's prompting us to enter our remarks. And then if we press sign off without entering into the text box, a little warning pops up that says that we haven't filled out all the mandatory fields. So then it will not let us sign off until we give an explanation for why we are grading the student with a failing grade. This has been Forms Part 6. Thanks for watching.